Let's see if she joins. Grace is going to join me because we're going to have an episode of Stuart Alexander live. Then it worked.
Hello. Look,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
Variated. Variated.
Do you know what? That was the most stressful thing I've done all day. I remember just thinking, I don't know how to do this. Why did I say that I would do this? You've given the non-tech person tech.
Yes, for those chipping in, it is usually me that does all the pressing of the buttons, but fully faith in you. And look at us here now. It's it's all working.
I'm so glad. Look, I'm already hot because that was quite stressful. Sorry.
Well, you also, and I think you set me up to fail a little bit here, which is you told me 2 minutes before we came online, just getting myself a G&T, and I was like, if I'd known this was a drinking event,
Sorry.
I got something out the fridge, or B, put something in the fridge, which I didn't even do that. But yeah.
Sorry, my lovely. So this is our December edition of Stuart Alexander podcast, which I was going to try and do from our Stuart Alexander Instagram, but I think you need a certain amount of followers to do a live. Who knew?
Well, it's a little reminder for people who already follow us too and like our work.
Yes.
So and follow over on our podcast Instagram, where we share new episodes, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll sit on mine and I will share it, obviously. But have you been? How's your week?
Well, I've just come back from London.
I
And
think I saw that.
do you know what? It was just lovely. It was just lovely. So I always do a Christmas trip up to London just to look at the lights and things. But my husband and I we've had a bit of a couple of years of there's been a lot of stuff, career-wise, not emotionally-wise. And we've both worked very hard. And he passed some very big doctorate exams. He was in the army for a long time, and now he's a doctor. And I just nod, basically, when he says, I've taken an exam, go to this place. This is my next career stage. And I go, yeah, lovely. But he passed some really big exams, and there was a big event ceremony thing for people who passed their membership exams. For those of them who know. And so we went to London, and he wore a gown, and there was lots of photos, and the lady next to me cried, and it was all just very emotional.
Did you cry at your husband? Or did
well, hilariously, I sat down. So we were in the balcony overlooking everyone who.
That's a bit weird.
Gowns. And she came and sat next to me, and I sort of said, clearly she was a mum. You could just tell she was a mum. Oh, my son, Anyway, I said, what's his name? Said his name, and my husband's surname starts with R-O, and this guy was Rogers, and I was like, oh, I think we're and they're and so she couldn't work her phone, so I just took all of her photos for her of her son.
Oh, I love it.
Basically, I just took photos of my husband and just widened it out a bit and then cropped it in a different place for the two of us.
I love it. Your textbook to somebody else for the day. I love that.
Yeah.
So well, are we going to have a chat about our Christmas? So I'm just readjusting. I don't sort of feel. I'm not in my office chair. I'm on the sofa.
Well, it's nice and comfy. We don't often see each other whilst we're recording, do we? Because
you know what to do with your hands. I don't know what to do with the hands. That's why I got a drink. Can there be advice out there for Instagram Lives? Like, what are you supposed to do with your hands?
I'm keeping my hands. I did have a cup of tea, but I need you to know that I've dressed my top half and I'm wearing slippers on the bottom half.
Me too. Me too. I also will say my slippers consist of a very good Christmas present product, by the way. Birkenstock, skinny Birkenstocks.
Oh,
I literally live in them. Because we've got old cottages, haven't we, which are death traps for slippers without grip. How old do we sound?
Well, I was going to ask you whether or not, because our last episode, which was episode 5 of series 4, just trying to keep track, or is it 4 or 5? No. Where we talked about our dream Christmas presents. I wondered if anyone had got in touch with you and said, I will absolutely buy this thing for you so that, you have your dream Christmas present. Yours.
No, please don't tell me they've done that to you and not me.
I won't tell you that. No.
Oh, that's cruel. We all know who. Is that a family member or is this just the general public? Because if it's the general public, I am unimpressed if you are the favourite.
Well, I'd like to say my Christmas presents maybe a bit cheaper, a bit more manageable, but they absolutely weren't.
No, they weren't. They were really expensive.
They were
You've
really
got a PR press option to go to Scotland or something. Excuse me, we're going together.
Well, at the Five Farms, please do get in touch.
Yeah.
Year in one of your 4-poster beds.
Exactly.
But we're talking about bringing the outside in, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. And actually, I do feel more festive this year than I did last year. But I think you've caught me on just a high today because we're recording this on Wednesday, aren't we?
We are.
And Monday, Tuesday of this week, I've been installing Christmas into the rectory at the Story of Emily. Oh,
has it been delightful?
Do you know what? I have decided that I feel very at home there. I feel like a small Victorian woman, although I'm not actually that small because I'm quite tall. But Mari, a friend of mine, was helping me from this rugged coast, another florist. And she made me laugh because she said by the end of it, she went, I feel like it's sort of just become our home over the last 2 days. You know, like literally by the second day, it was like I knew all the clock ticks, the chimes, you know, all the little parts about this house. And this house it's just such a manageable size. I think it's a manageable size for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a big stately home. It's a very small rectory. And I put a little teaser out tonight on Instagram for what I have done, but it's only tiny because I actually...
grandfather clock.
Pardon?
With the grandfather clock.
Yeah, exactly.
That did look lovely.
Do you know what? It's so funny because I'd gone there with all these plans of what we were going to do in each room. And it was Mari that said to me, we've got to put something over the top of the grandfather clock. I was like, yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. Do you know what? Ends up being my favourite bit, which I will say is a good lead in to bring the outside in. It was next to nothing. It was just some really lovely trailing ivy and some linaria, dried linaria.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have the linaria, the ivy by itself, it reminded me of what my parents used to do, where I don't know whether you had this, where we had pictures and they used to put holly and ivy on top. Did you used to do that on top of the every picture in the farmhouse?
Literally just went round and then that was it. That was just a sprig of holly, nothing, just behind the picture frame.
Done.
Against my night, sorry. Absolutely.
And the chances are by January, February, it's dropped down the back of the picture and you probably won't have even known it's there, you know?
Yeah. Although I'm just seeing on the edge of your screen that you've got some rather lovely outdoors inside.
Shall I show you? I don't know whether if I do this, it could all go horribly wrong, but I'll just twist. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing. Sorry, it's really. Actually, that's a really dark corner of the sitting room, and I keep thinking I must get a lamp there, and it's on my to-do list forever. And I've got a friend of ours has got a really lovely twisted hazel. And actually, I really do like twisted hazel, but this is sort of where the Christmas tree goes. So that will disappear by the end of the week because we'll be putting the tree up.
Well,
I haven't got the tree up, you see.
I have a funny story to tell you about trees, but before I tell it, I'm just going to tip my camera back because...
Oh, look, you've gone all out.
Well, I haven't. So I'm just going to hold it. So the only thing I've gone all out in is I bought some more fairy lights for myself because I just put in my newsletter last week. The village has gone a bit. It's all a bit keeping up with the Joneses, best kept village, you know, sort of thing. And there's lots of stuff in the village WhatsApp about, you know, lights and, oh, I love your lights and, you know, the pressure. So I did order lots of fairy lights. These ones are actually going to go around the studio when they've come down. But I thought I need a background that isn't my usual. So I literally just slung them up there. I thought, well, they look a bit bright. So for the first year this year, I did loads of beach in glycerin.
Did you try that? That's a really good idea. I've never done it. And I've wondered whether it's an old myth or something. Does it actually work?
Totally works. It's almost looks like, so it's just a normal green beach that I put in glycerin and it's come out the colour almost a copper beach, which I really like. So it's brown. It's not like autumnal beach.
Yeah.
Sort of, like a very pale copper beach.
And what do you do? Do you have to cut it at a certain time before it? Obviously, you do whilst it's still green.
Yeah. So you cut it when it's still green because I think if the leaves are starting to come off, they won't stick on when you put them in glycerin, they'll just shed like they would if you put them in water.
Okay.
So I just had a big glass sort of vase, big sort of tank, mixed hot water with glycerin. I didn't do it in my glass tank because I was worried about cracking it. So I did it in a jug and I let it cool a bit. Put it in. I really snipped the ends, you know, so it would really drink. And then I left it on a windowsill in this glycerin for probably 4 days.
Okay.
And then I redid the water with new glycerin. I probably left it a bit too long because they do say it goes a bit waxy, but I'd rather go
so
too long.
almost like the
short.
leaves will go waxy.
Yes, because the glycerin starts to come out of the pores of the leaves, so they're not forced. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
So it was looking a bit stark. So I thought I'm just going to throw a bit of foliage around the place, and actually, I think it looks great. So this was 2 seconds. I just went and fished it out of the hamper because it's
So
in
look
there.
at all your books. You're such a bookworm.
I've
You're
so many
good.
books.
Look at that. That's lovely. I love the way they're all stacked in different.
They need to pull out and out. So I've got lots of recipe books. I have lots of shower books and gardening books, and I also have lots of child abuse books, which is, you know, not a great combination. But so I try and keep them in separate sections.
Yeah.
Domestic violence and things like that. And so just I have lots of.
Mine are all just magazines, but I catalogue mine all. I can't show you because I can't flip this around.
The magazines are down the side, so because I have what I call an archive of Gardens Illustrated, which is basically I can't throw them away.
Mine's travel. Mine's Condé Nast Travel, which if you watch one of our previous year's episodes, you know why.
I thought of you when I was on the train on the way back from London because I bought a house and garden, and there was a massive section on travel. I was like, oh, bloody hell, there. And I was thinking, this is a bit Becca would be opening to read, and I'm a bit like, oh no, just, you know.
Yeah. Get me home. Get me home. Get me home to the dogs.
To Turkey. I'm never going to go to these places. So I'll look at the lime wash on the walls, and that's as far as I'll go with travel.
I love it. Well, so I'm going to be bringing in the Twisted Hazel. So the other thing that the two things that really I'm going to go heavily on this year in terms of bringing outside in, for also the making side, is the paper and the straw flowers. So the two themes for Story of Emily were paper and straw flower and flowers, dried flowers, essentially. And I think I've gone back to paper chains.
My Instagram is full, mostly because I think I watched some of the early ones. And these are most amazing.
Velvet.
Well, no, just paper origami stars and you know, like lovely paper chains. Really.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, was this an idea or did it actually? So I had this idea a long time ago, and I actually got song sheets, vintage song sheets.
Oh, nice.
And they've been made into paper chains. So fitted with the Victorian sort of theme in the rectory. But I just sort of think it's a bit like children's names. You think you've come up with the child's name, and then they get to school age, and it's like they're all called the same thing.
I'm called Grace.
With Christmas decorations.
Yes. Yeah. There's nothing new under the sun. We just recycle things as they go.
Yeah. I mean, also, I've been doing this floristry so long that I think I'm going back into the same thing. I think it's the third time I've been into one sort of cycle of floristry. I mean, twice was bad enough. 3 times is like, oh.
Have you thought about staying in it and just keeping going?
I don't know. Well, you know, yeah. You're only as fashionable as your last jam jar or something, aren't you?
So I was going to tell you about Christmas trees.
Oh yes, tell me about your Christmas tree.
I'm going to have just a Christmas tree.
Festive
G&T. Absolutely. So we haven't had a Christmas tree for a long time. In fact, I don't think as a grown-up, I don't think I've ever actually had a proper Christmas tree because I would do like big branches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of you will know that I managed to find a Bailey's home sofa off the internet for a quarter of the price it would be new. And it was a thing of beauty. So I got very excited, cleared the space, moved all of the other pieces of furniture. The table is like this in the corner. I have to eat like this. Not that I eat my table, I pack seeds at my table, but you know what I mean. The thing is, it stands. Huge space for this beautiful, I mean, it's massive, this sofa. And of course, it won't fit through the door. So.
One doesn't think about that.
Well, we don't think about that. we tried really hard my husband did a SketchUp, we mocked it up, we had tape measures out, we were like, oh, I don't know if it's going to fit. But I bought it anyway because it was caution the price of it new and I couldn't live without it. So it has had to go through the second front door into the parlour, which is very much in renovation. It is not a working room at all, and is going to have to stay there until we remove a wall in the kitchen when it can go the long way around and it can come in from a completely different direction.
Were you not very popular?
We want a sofa enough that actually it was price worth paying. And the fingers crossed.
Hang on a minute. I love this. It was really like a quarter of the price, but I've had to remove a wall. Sorry, even you're an intelligent lady and realizes that there is an error here in the mathematics.
Well, the wall's coming out anyway. Well, hopefully, if we get planning is in for the wall. But that is not going to happen before Christmas. I was really hoping it would happen before Christmas.
You're going to eat in the parlour. You're going to lounge out in the parlour over Christmas.
Well, the parlour is full of floorboards and woodworking equipment.
Yeah,
because that's sort of where it's at the moment. But it does mean that for the first time, I have an area of my sitting room downstairs which was cleared for this sofa and now doesn't have a sofa in. So I've got space for a Christmas tree.
Brilliant.
That's my positive rephrase.
Well, I will say, and I think you should consider it, I would consider a holly tree.
A holly tree?
Yes.
That's a tree made of holly or a tree of holly?
A tree of holly, a holly tree, a holly bush. Don't buy a Christmas tree. Go and buy a holly or go and cut an enormous branch of holly. That was actually really traditional. That's what they used to bring in.
How do you... This is a dilemma I have every year.
It would look great in your place.
Well, so I love Wreath made of sort of juniper-y, that really fun, lovely evergreen. There are lots of conifers around here, but they are conifers. They're not, you know.
I like a conifer instead of Christmas tree.
But I don't feel like I want to grow juniper all year round. Like, I don't think it would fit in my garden. I don't think it would fit. Someone's going to at me now and say conifers look great in all gardens, but I don't know that I could put an evergreen in my garden.
Can you put it somewhere? Oh, so my problem is that I do this. I buy a potted, like last year, I bought a potted Christmas tree. And I was like, I am going to look after it this year because then I'm going to bring it in. And it got vetoed last year because my son took one look at it and went, that's beautiful for you. Not going to happen in the house. So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
It just wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like, no, I want a big Christmas tree. I mean, bear in mind, the house is tiny.
Yeah.
So the potted Christmas tree sat on the doorstep, which looked lovely. And I did have this great, like, I'm definitely going to look after it this year. But I'm a bit the same as you. My garden is actually very small. And everywhere you can see most of the garden from anywhere. So having a Christmas tree in the middle of trees in my garden doesn't really look right. Right.
Yeah.
So I would say I've hid it. I hid it between two sheds, which still wasn't really hidden, but it was hidden behind an alamankia that was planted. It sort of just blended away as background.
Yeah.
And it looks all right. And I think I chucked a bucket of water over it. Oh, you've gone. Oh, you're back.
No, yes, sorry.
I think I chucked a bucket of water over it every, once in a while. Anyway, I said to my husband, could you drag it out? He'd moved a lot of shrubs over the weekend. So there wasn't a lot of room for choosing where it was going to go. It was like, here.
Yeah.
Honestly, pulled it out. It's entirely dead down one side.
Well, I was going to say, any plant that you put between two sheds, I'm not sure.
I didn't think about this. I mean, it looks amazing. It looked better against the shed than it does where I've moved it now.
Surely, you can just trim off the back and then it's like...
No, because well, I wanted it against the front, but we've got a viburnum opulus by the front door, which is obviously deciduous. And then you can sort put the Christmas tree. So it looks like it's against the fence, against the wall of the house, but it's not. But it actually sits out so far that you can still see from
around the back.
You can see through the kitchen window, the back of it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
at the moment, I'm looking into a half-dead tree, but I daren't make too many complaints because honestly, my husband did not want to move it first time. To then go, actually, I don't like it here. It's not going to go down very well. So I might borrow a sack truck and do it myself. But yeah, note to yourself, if you do invest in a tree that you are going to supposedly look after, it does need quite a bit of, I mean, I'm a gardener and still I've epically failed at, yeah. I think you can go to places though where you take the tree back and they look after it for you. I need those people.
Yes.
I need those
But
people.
I want big, I mean, maybe I should just buy foliage off somebody, but I want a whole conifer garden that I want to someone to bring me in pots so I can trim it and cut it and make lovely wreaths out of it. And then I want them to take all the pots away, grow them on for a year and then bring them back next Christmas.
I think there are people out there that do that sort of thing. I definitely
think probably I just need to buy foliage from somebody and just.
I do think though the holly tree, so we did a holly tree and it's the second year we've done it in the dining room at Story Family, and honestly, it is so beautiful. I mean, just putting an enormous holly tree, it doesn't really need anything. All it's got on there is some silk. Actually, we repurposed the silk ribbon from the Easter installation that I did with Lancaster and Cornish, and the glass baubles. And it looks, and that's actually, I've captured that on Instagram so you can have a look. And it looks so lovely. You don't really need very much. You don't really,
there's a lot of holly around here, so I feel like it would really fit.
No berries though.
No. Although, so the churchyard's got lots of holly. It's got lots of yew as well and some other conifers. But the mill just at the end of the lane, they've got a beautiful variegated holly, which does look amazing.
Yeah,
makes wreaths. I have to say, makes really great wreaths. I'm anti-variegated anything, but a variegated holly is.
Oh, I don't like a variegated holly.
Controversial.
Don't like it at all. Don't like it at all.
You like Hebes and Pittosporum and like all sorts of things.
All right, fine. We're not going to fall out over it. I told you we are opposites. I do not like a variegated holly. Do not bring me a variegated holly. No.
Okay, won't make you that wreath then this year.
Don't make me that wreath. No.
I like a solid variegated holly wreath.
Still don't like it.
No. What is it you don't like about it?
Variegated. What ribbon is going to go as variegated holly?
Oh.
See, you've run out of time. There wasn't any time. You should be able to
gold silk
answer.
and everything. So, gold silk works for everything.
Talking about ribbon, I have to say as well, I'm going to go big on ribboning. I have bought so much ribbon for mainly velvets, but lovely royal blues, greens, the sort of cranberry tones, mustards. I love it all. And I did a bit of it last year where I tied them onto the branches here. So pretty. But I'm definitely going to do more of that. I love it. I've decided actually, it's probably one of my favourite bits of my job is ribboning.
Yes, I would totally agree. So,
and what you did your making up of the seed packets, didn't you? And how much time you take to make it beautiful. It's a job. It's lovely.
I don't think through my Instagram strategy in any way at all. I just post stuff when I feel like posting stuff. And I was feeling slightly hysterical. And it wasn't like, let's come over or send it. It was just, I think my eyeballs are bleeding. And I shut my eyes and I can still see tones of dusky ribbon because I have ribbon so many sweet bee packets.
Yeah.
I think I can't tell you all the box sets I've gone through. Because I have literally all I've been doing for the last, it feels like 3 weeks, has been ribboning and packing something. Yes. So I've got some stocking fillers still to make and just bundle up, and then I've just got to go to the post office a lot.
Yeah. You like that little trip. So also, I'm just thinking about the Christmas table. What will you be doing the whole dressing on the Christmas table? I just want to get a concept of what. So I've got an idea for the Christmas table.
Well,
Yeah, cool.
Shout out to all the NHS workers in our life. I know. Sorry. All the sympathy. My husband is working Christmas Day, and I am safeguarding on call on Christmas Day. So there will be nothing exciting happening on Christmas Day, but we are going to have our Christmas Day on Boxing Day. We're having a bit of a family day on Christmas Eve, so we'll be going down to my brother's and his family, who are in a much bigger house than they have been for many years. They've moved in the last 12 months. So that's very exciting. But yes, so it'll be Boxing Day. Yeah, probably Boxing Day evening, where we'll do Christmas dinner of a slightly non-traditional. But yes, they will be definitely dressing off the table, and in particular a tablecloth, which for me is the ultimate in I've laid the table.
I do love a tablecloth.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a tablecloth until somebody spills gravy on it. And then it does slightly annoy me. And I've got to kind of put a napkin over it and just pretend it never happened. You know?
Are you hawkishly watching everyone's
Well,
tables?
you know, I mean,
looks like a gravy spoon on it, or, you know.
I mean, it was one of the conversations we were talking about. Do you dress up on Christmas Day? I mean, I know your Christmas Day is going to be different, but it's that whole thing of, do you dare, if you are going anywhere near the goose fat or anything like that, do you dare put on a nice outfit? Because I mean, it makes me laugh because every time I go to mum's got a gorgeous outfit on and then a really grubby apron.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's sort of like you're trying, but actually you are being practical. You know what I mean? And then everyone's like a napkin right up to here.
Yeah.
So there are times when I just think I quite like to just wear my pajamas on Christmas Day, but I have to dress up on Christmas Day. I do. Because it doesn't feel right otherwise.
No.
So you're slightly, I mean, I am slightly on edge that I might ruin the white shirt. I think I had a nice white shirt. I mean, it was impractical completely. And I think I even had I think we did take the lovely white linen tablecloth, impractical completely. And, but this year I have decided to order, and I would recommend it to anybody, lots and lots of flowers from the Sillies, paper whites. I'm going to do that whole mix of white Christmas. Yeah. Because we never get white Christmas in Cornwall.
No, you're not going to get white Christmas in Cornwall. Yes, I think, well, I don't...
You don't really like them, do you?
I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell. So what I did see in London, actually, which really inspired me, was there's a lot of cyclamen in some really
love the
lovely, simple, but, I mean, wow, there was some really... We did lots of walking between various places, and some of the gardens around Regent's Park were really, like, there were some really stonking houses.
Yeah.
With a lot of cyclamen outside. And I thought, actually, I'm going to go white cyclamen, I think.
Do you know what? I can't think of cyclamen without thinking of Dear Jeff. You know, my lovely gardening friend, who I'm actually seeing on Friday. He's doing so well. He's so lovely. He needs help cutting down eucalyptus trees. And Emily and I are going to help him coppice the eucalyptus because he's threatened to get up a ladder. And he's 86. Yeah. He's 86. I'm like, you cannot go up this ladder on your own. So we're going up to help him coppice the eucalyptus trees. But his big thing is cyclamens. So he's got a whole tunnel of them.
Oh, wow.
And he breeds, I'm going to take a photo for you and show you, honestly. And you're right, those down a table are absolutely beautiful. He knows everything about them now. I made that big mistake that there's ones that you can have inside and there's ones that you can have outside. I think the ones that you can have in December are the inside ones.
I think they are.
Right. You think I'm right?
The trick is when not to water them and when to water them when they're hibernating.
Because they're a proper great big, actually, if you look at them, they're great big corn almost. Yeah, and they sit on the surface. But he's got the most beautiful ones. And he's got a fragrant one.
Oh.
I know.
Is he selling them? Is he giving them away?
Yes, he does sell them. He takes the seed, but he just loves them. He's like, he might have the collection of them. What's it called? You know,
the National Collection.
For all he knows, he's got the National Collection. He's got that many. I'm surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he often likes to show me like ones that he's crossed, and it's amazing. He's got so much dedication and care. They'd all be mouldy and dead if I was in charge of them. that's the trouble. But also what I love to do is cyclamens, and it's absolutely brilliant if you are like me, where you've got a garden with not that you're relying on pots. They make brilliant pot toppers. So if you've got a shrub, like I've got loads of shrubs, or I've got viburnums in what is it? It's the deciduous viburnum. I can't think what it's called. The lovely mock orange smell one. Can't remember the Latin name for it. But I put all of the cyclamens in the base. So even like my wisteria in my pot, I've got cyclamen in the base. Because in the winter, they just at least even the foliage, the flower, the leaf of a cyclamen is so beautiful.
Yes.
Even if you haven't got the flower, the leaf is really
filigree patterning on, isn't it? Yeah.
It's almost like a fingerprint. Every single one of them is almost different.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a photo on Friday, and I will share it, because it's quite inspiring. It makes you look at cyclamens in a completely different way. Because I don't know whether, like, if you go to, I'm actually thinking Waitrose kind of place. I won't go in, and they've got cyclamen, rows of them, and they kind of make me feel a bit ick. But actually, if you style them up right, which is so the case with flowers, actually, isn't it? If you get them in the right vessel, in the right design, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think that's quite good. But so my table will have paper whites. I will be sporting the Silly's paper whites.
Less is more on a Christmas table, though. Like,
oh yeah.
You don't want to go too many, because you do want your roast potatoes on there, and you need a lot of space for a Christmas dinner. Are you doing traditional Christmas dinner?
We are. There's been huge debates about that.
Okay.
Well, we have teenage boys, to which they did ask Gree, which is Grandma, why we can't have lamb, pork, and turkey.
God,
why can't we have all three? Not entirely sure they've ever had to go buy meat at a butcher and see how expensive it is.
No.
But actually, our Christmas is going to be quite comical, because Mum is like you. She's got a Everhot.
Yes.
And she's got 3 ovens. I think she's got 3 ovens.
I've got 2, but yeah.
Yeah, she's got
2 and a plate warmer. Yeah.
Maybe it's 2 and a plate warmer. Maybe it's 2 and a plate warmer. Yeah, maybe it's 2 and a plate warmer. I don't know. Yeah. Yes, maybe it is. Well, it's not enough. It's not enough. So we will be cooking the turkey in the Aga, and then we will be walking ceremonially the turkey up the street to my mum's house, where it shall be served. I mean, what can possibly go wrong?
It will be rested on the walk.
It will be rested on the walk, and I'm asking all my neighbours to lock up their dogs as I walk past.
So the Everhot is a thing of absolute beauty, but I did do Christmas dinner for about, I think it was 7.
Yeah.
Not long after I'd first had it. And everything does take slightly longer. It is cooked better and it is nicer, but it does take slightly longer. And oh my God, it was stressful. Oh my God, it was stressful. And they're quite big ovens, but yeah, I can see how she would run out of space.
Well, this is
that turkey in the bottom oven, though, so she fancies
I
trying
think
that.
we're cooking for 9, so it's quite big.
And teenage boys, so you're going to be...
teenage boys, which is essentially like another 9. And also, even though we're having turkey, apparently we've got to have Yorkshire puddings. So, I mean, poor Mum.
Someone's ordering off a menu that you haven't seen, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I have to say, Mum's round robin message about what we're doing for Christmas comes out it's normally around about the 27th of January. So, to which normally on the group chat, we just try and ignore her, because it's like, oh, Mum's on one again. And then it just builds carefully through the year. It's like, still don't know what we're having as puddings in June, So
the build up and the planning, it's like a holiday. 50% of the pleasure is in the thinking and the planning and the getting excited about it.
Well, we've got her a puzzle, and we hope that we're going to shove her in the corner with a puzzle, and that will keep her entertained anyway as well. I'll just walk what's left of the turkey through the door once it's had about God knows how many Labradors drooling at it up the street. So it should be quite exciting, really. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel more festive. I've got a Wreath workshop on Sunday, which is very exciting. I love that one. That's at the Conic. and we go and forage all of the foliage.
Oh, amazing.
Do you know what? It's lovely because if anyone who runs, I'm sure there's lots of florists on here listening, runs a wreath making workshop, it is so much work to do a wreath making workshop. You can spend a day basically foraging the foliage to get it all together before you've even taught anything, and then don't even start on the clear up. So you do become a bit bar humbug over them, as much as we absolutely love them. But this one, I go with the wreath bases and lots of snips, lots of tools, big loppers, and I take the group and we go into the gardens at Baconic and they cut what they want. So everyone just goes with armfuls of foliage. And it's when I have to, I'm sure I've said it before, it's when I have to remind everybody that they don't own a stately house when they're cutting all the foliage.
Yes, because wreaths get really big, don't they?
Well, one lady,
wider and wider.
Yeah, well, one lady one year had to put it on the side of her house because she made it so big it didn't fit on her front door. You know, it was like, kudos. I mean, there are no limits. I don't stop people, but you know, it is quite hilarious when they walk out the door and it's like that. I can't get it in the car.
I love an oversized wreath. I do. I think they're amazing, but it doesn't. I mean, I've got quite a wide front door, and yeah, it doesn't take much before like you literally can't. It's just
get to the
postman
key.
can't. Absolutely, and you just can't. And it doesn't open, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So I love that you just put it on a wall instead. Just say, well, that'll do.
Well, I think it's a really good idea because my front door, I've got one of those stable doors with the half window, half, and actually, as soon as you stick a wreath on the front door, it's something like somebody turned the lights out in our dark cottage. Yeah. So I don't often put a wreath on the door, and if I do, I just go and get a load of ivy, swizzle it around, and just tie it with me. I mean, honestly, anyone coming to my house would not know I'm a florist when it comes to Christmas, but I am planning on making a difference this year. Not entirely sure who for, though. I might have to do a sort of like a phone my friends and tell them all to come round and just at least see the wreath on the front door because I've made an effort. Finally, which would be really good.
So I just, I will put a big rail up downstairs and a bit of chicken wire, and I'm going to just fill it with bracken and fairy lights, and it just looks amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah. It will look beautiful.
Well, just anywhere in this house, I've got people walking by and bumping into stuff. We are like slightly, and also I fostered a cat.
Oh
yeah. It's quite, yes. I fostered a cat literally for Christmas. Well, he's probably going just after Christmas. So I will be sending all the hilarious videos of the cat up the Christmas tree. Also, he is absolutely pure white.
Oh,
so he's actually quite festive. I kind of feel he's quite on brand.
Have you got like a lovely red ribbon? For,
oh my God, that would be so cute, wouldn't it?
Just to go on the collar. Like,
I know. He is absolutely. He's the only cat I've ever known that actually likes his stomach being tickled as well.
Oh,
I know, and he's called Toto.
Keep you entertained.
I know he is keeping. Well, he's quite scared. He does spend a lot of time under one of my son's beds. But he is very lovely. So he will be going back to the family just after Christmas. But I am hopeful that he understands the rules of the Christmas tree because that won't go down very well. So that's our joy of it all. But we're going to have a little break, aren't we? And what we're going to do? I suppose we're starting again in
February.
February, yeah.
February, yeah.
February, March, April, May. I don't know. Yeah.
See where we all are.
I'll be asleep still in February, Grace.
March.
Yeah.
We'll start with the first spring bulbs, which will be series 6. Which?
No, it's not.
No, series 5. Series 5.
Series 5. Series 3.
No, we've definitely done series 3. This is series 4, episode 6.
Oh, we've been doing, okay, so the series isn't a year. Can you explain it to me, the other person involved in this?
So a series is when we start and then we stop for a bit.
Oh, okay.
And then we have a break. And then we start again. So it isn't necessarily...
I'll just turn up when you tell me, all right?
Yeah.
I'll just send me a WhatsApp.
Click the link and turn up. Yeah.
Just send me a WhatsApp. Yeah, that sounds fine. And are you having any time off? No, because when you've obviously got your other job and stuff, I'm going to try and sort of chill a bit in January. Well,
that seems nice.
Well, I say I am. There is so much to do still. I haven't done an awful lot of things. I've just mulched a little bit, and I probably could do with mulching a lot more stuff. So it'd probably be a lot of gardening mulching in January if I can get on the land. I mean, at this time of year, you always do more damage than good. That's what I'm saying to myself. Huh?
I'll tell you a secret about what I'm doing over Christmas. So, my iPhone-based cut flower calendar has been amazing.
Yes.
And I'm not going to tell you who, but I'm launching a kitchen garden vegetable growing one with a celebrity.
I think I can work it out.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can
I'm not going to say.
No.
I'll message you later.
Yes. So over Christmas, I've blocked out 2 weekends around the Christmas time to sit at my computer and type up and build the whole behind the scenes iPhone, Apple and Outlook vegetable growing calendars. I will relaunch my file one for the next year as well. But that's really exciting.
That is exciting.
Yes. He might invite me to be on one of his YouTube videos.
I mean, that's right.
Oh, yes, it's a he. Oh, that's 50% people out. It's that, yes.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. I'm very
that is exciting. That is exciting. I'm going to message you later. You later. Well, this has been lovely. I've enjoyed seeing you.
I know.
I mean, honestly, I was so stressed. I was not. We talked about doing this, and then I completely did not think about it until literally 10 minutes before, and you went, "Are you dressing up?" I mean, if you could see me right now, Grace, you're lucky I'm even going to be on screen, quite frankly, you know?
Well, I mean, you had the time to get yourself a drink, so.
Well, I did do that. Do you know what's Dutch courage? And this is a Christmas G&T.
What is a Christmas G&T? As in, it's festively flavoured.
Yeah.
You just put a slice of orange in it instead of lemon.
And I put a slice of orange. I teamed it with a slice of orange. It's very nice. It's the Fortnum and Mason one.
Okay.
So you went to London. I bought from London. I mean, that's as close as I get, quite frankly, in the mail, you know?
Well, it is only 2 hours on the train from me. I'm sorry.
I know, all right.
I know that upsets you.
It really does. It really does. I'm going to get out more. I always say that every year. I'm going to get out more. You know, I've got some amazing trips planned next year, though. I'm going to the Lavender. I'm going, I will talk about it in the podcast, I'm sure. But my exciting trip of next year is going to the lavender fields in Provence. So I would like everybody to send me all of their suggestions of where I need to go. I will be asking this again because it's a work trip where I'm going to go and see them all. So what do I need to do in that area?
Wow.
I know, I cannot wait.
Take me. I think that's probably what you need to do. That's probably a thing. Yeah.
Well, the husband wants to hire a convertible to drive around in it. I was like, bloody hell, have you seen this hair? It's bad enough in no wind, let alone in wind. No, we're not having a convertible.
Is it Jamie Beck? Is the American photographer in the south of France, and she does lots of silk scarf tying tutorials. That's quite hard to say.
Big glasses.
Yes. You just take
I can carry that off. I can do that. I can do that.
You could look super stylish.
Oh, thank you. Well, listen, I've got to go put dinner in the oven.
I've got to go and find myself a festive G&T because I feel very much like I'm missing out.
You are very much missing out. But it's been really lovely. I will save this on my grid thing and be on yours so people can listen to it if they are totally bored and need something to listen to whilst they're wrapping presents.
The actual podcast, because I've had this horrible feeling we might have to record this whole thing again just on audio.
Well, do you know what? I have no idea, but if it fails, we've always got next year.
We have. There is always Series 5.
There is always Series 5. All right, my lovely, you take care.
You too, lots of love.
I don't know how to hang up. So this is going to take at least half an hour. Okay, take care. Lovely, you take care.
You too, lots of love.